Okay, alright, let's see here. Okay, BeckyTwoPelts, it is time for us to slay some demons. Let's do this. Alright, let's see. Let's do this.
What in the world are you doing, Mayor Aaron?
Whoosh.
Whoa,
Oh, hey Queen Diva Marie. Hey Dexy. Good to see y'all. And actually, I'm just slaying some demons in Diablo 4 with the legendary character BeckyTwoPelts. And to be honest with you, you know these Becky Lynch sunglasses that kind of look like VR goggles? Well, I just discovered today they're actually VR goggles. Anyways, what are you two up to?
well, as a matter of fact, since I've been training so hard for my match against Chimera Alexa, Dexy wanted to take me out on a date. He's taking me to a movie tonight.
Oh, nice. That sounds really fun. Well, I am just going to get back to gaming, but you two, go enjoy Oppenheimer.
No, we are definitely not going to go see Oppenheimer.
Hold up, wait. Then why is Dexy dressed like that?
Oh, don't worry about what he's wearing. Look at me. We are going to go see Barbie, baby.
Barbie? Oh, why didn't you just mention that from the start? To be honest, it looks like your date turned into a three-way dance because Mayor Aaron thinks Barbie is the absolute shiz. Plus, these demons, I mean, they can wait till we get back.
Well, there goes our romantic night out.
Alright, well, let's go. I'm driving. Oh, before we go, I know you guys know the routine when we go see movies by now, but I'm not trying to pay for 3 tickets, so can you just jump on in? Hey y'all, welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now before we get started, I just want to remind you to please hit subscribe to become an official resident of LJV and get a first look at all future women's wrestling figure reviews like today's very exciting review of Becky Lynch from the WWE 60th Anniversary, Then Now Forever, Elite 4-Pack Target exclusive. That was a mouthful. Now, truth being told, I did not find this in stores. My Targets have them, but they refused to bring them out until the 30th or something like that. So I had to jump on eBay to get this figure, but I just had to because it looks tremendous. So keep that in mind because today I won't be going over the packaging. I might make an Instagram post in the future once I do find it in stores. But something that shouldn't be overlooked is how cool it is that Becky was included in this 4-pack. This 4-pack that also includes The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and in my opinion, she's very well deserving of that spot. Now, I know a lot of people were upset about it or didn't agree and thought, oh, Roman should be put in there, but here's the thing. Becky has built her career. She has built her career on her own. And she is truly a trailblazer, and I can't think of any other woman that deserves that spot more than her. Now, there are tons of women out there, don't get me wrong, that have made such an impact, that have really embodied what it is to be a professional wrestler. But in my opinion, I think Becky Lynch deserved that spot, and I'm really excited to review this figure. So like I said, we won't be going over the packaging, but let's jump right into this figure because it looks awesome. WWE Mattel Then Now Forever 2023 Target exclusive Elite 4-Pack Becky Lynch. This attire is from the Hell in a Cell 2022 Premium Live event, which took place on June 5th, 2022 from Rosemont, Illinois. On this night, Bianca Belair would retain the Raw Women's Championship by defeating Becky Lynch and Asuka in a triple threat match. Alright, so let's jump straight to the first impressions that I have of this figure. Since I don't have the packaging, we're doing things in a little bit of a different order today for the review. Now, I am going to say when I first saw this figure revealed at the WrestleMania figure reveals, I was blown away, and I couldn't believe that it was listed as an Elite. I thought that was a mistake. I definitely thought this was an Ultimate coming out. And it is, in fact, an Elite included in a 4-pack. And this figure is beautiful. It is amazing. And I'm real excited to have this, especially because Elite 100 Becky Lynch left a lot to be desired. So I'm glad they're back on track with Becky figures. And they went all out on this figure. I mean, you can see everything that's included here is phenomenal. It's unbelievable. I mean, the entrance attire, the entrance gear is awesome. Now, it seems like a bit of a mashup as far as the hair goes and the face. I believe she actually had a different hairstyle and maybe some different eye makeup on the night that she wore this as an entrance attire, but I'm not too picky about it because on display this figure looks tremendous. So besides everything you see here, we do get an extra pair of hands, which are closed fists. And then obviously we have that real intricate entrance attire. So let me regroup myself, and we are going to first jump into the face sculpt, face scan, and hair sculpt. And then we're going to cover the entrance attire, ring attire, and the body sculpt. Alright, so let's first talk about this face sculpt, face scan, and hair sculpt. Now, this is obviously very unique, very cool, and as I mentioned before, it is inaccurate to the night that she wore this at that Hell in a Cell 2022 Premium Live event, but she did have this hairstyle later on with that ring attire, I believe, so it's kind of a mashup a little bit, but that's okay with me because it looks awesome. But anyway, they definitely went back to what works for Becky, which is nice because when Elite 100 came out, that face scan was weird. I think the eyes were too big and that really threw off that scan, but it looked pretty bad, and we will do a side-by-side comparison with that figure here soon in this review. But here, that serious, stern look that they've used multiple times for Becky, it just works. It looks just like her. That sculpt is spot on. The scan is awesome. Underneath that hair, she has real heavy eye makeup, eyeliner, eyelashes. It looks awesome. Now, really what stands out on this figure is that hair sculpt. We do have that bright orange color, which works good, and the hair sculpt itself is so unique. First time they've ever used this, and it looks awesome. You know, she's got real long bangs down in her face, and it looks great. So, like I said, it might not be as accurate as I guess it should be going together with this entrance attire, but she did have this hairstyle at one point with the ring attire, and I think it looks awesome, so I definitely think it works great. Alright, so now let's get to the part that I was really looking forward to here. And let's take a look at this awesome, intricate entrance gear. That's a tongue twister. So let's start off with this headpiece she has. Now, she has worn this on a couple occasions, but they did an excellent job here sculpting it, adding that silver metallic paint to it, and also a lot of intricate detail that's really hard to see unless you zoom in there. So there's a lot of detail here. They really went all out on it. And it also looks really good on her. It fits good on that head. Looks great. And it's attached by a little strap. So it's real easy to take off. Now looking at the entrance attire itself, the thing that really stands out is this, I guess, puffy skirt train is what we'll call it. Now there are rumors that the Elite Chelsea Green that is upcoming is going to have her puffy skirt train that she wears. So I imagine it's going to be a lot like this. Now, I think this might be attached to this top piece, which we'll take off here in a second, and we'll see. If it's not, then I'm for sure thinking that this same piece is going to be used for the Chelsea Green Elites, which makes a lot of sense. But taking a closer look at that entrance top here, this vest, I guess you will. It's got these real high shoulders. It's all sculpted out of a rubber. And there's a lot of detail here, y'all. There's a lot of studs and rivets on the shoulder. In the midsection there, there's even a zipper that's sculpted on there. And on the back, it's got nice folds sculpted on. Now, something I have not seen is I have not seen this figure with this removed. So I'm real excited to take that off and see how the ring gear looks underneath it. But let's continue to look on here. So yeah, we have that, I guess, puffy skirt train is what we'll call it. Not really sure the exact name for something like that, but that's what I think it is. Now, with that being said, let's see how easy this comes off here. Okay, so that's good. Good. Oh my gosh, that ring attire is awesome. Wow. So, okay, that puffy skirt piece is attached to that vest. So, that's real cool. I mean, that looks amazing. But I imagine this is kind of the same kind of thing we're going to get for that Chelsea. It's just going to be like attached to something at the waist or so. But yeah, this is ridiculously cool. But let's dive right into her ring attire since, well, she is in her ring attire. Now, obviously here, you see a lot of different colors. We have black at the top, the midsection, then a lot of little black designs, and then this off black color, which is supposed to simulate that transparent mesh type fabric, and it looks awesome. I mean, wow. Even on the back, if you look, there's a silver line going down the back to simulate like a zipper. But yeah, I mean, this figure, wow, it looks even more amazing. Well, I wouldn't say that, but it looks real amazing without that entrance attire on. So I'm definitely going to have to, because displaying her like this with her ring gear looks amazing. I think they did a great job here all over the place. Even on her arms, we have a little silver stripe there. Moving on down to the bottom, we have the stocking pattern painted on there. We have these Becky Lynch unique knee pads, and then we have kick pads here. So yeah, I mean, they really went all out, not only on the entrance attire here, but the ring gear itself. I mean, this figure is truly a work of art. It is amazing. Now, that being said, let's do a little side-by-side comparison with some of her figures. Alright, so truth being told, I have every single Becky Lynch figure ever made. I did a figure history video on Becky Lynch a couple years ago now, and she's had a lot of figures released since then, so I'll definitely have to do an updated figure history of Becky Lynch here soon, because she's had a lot of figures, deservingly so, but I just want to put some up in front of us that we can kind of compare, that are notable to compare to each other. So on the far left, we have that Survivor Series Elite Becky. Now, the Raw Women's Championship, I added to it because I just think it looks awesome on that figure. That's an all-red attire. It's definitely a unique Becky, and that's what I like, because there's a lot of Becky Lynches that are very similar, especially during the man gimmick. A lot of her basics, even a couple elites, all pretty much look the same with very minor differences. So when we got the Survivor Series Becky, I was floored. I was so stoked, and I love that figure. It's just real solid in my opinion. Now let's move on to Elite Series 100. Yikes. I think they dropped the ball on this one. Now, the face does look better in person, but it is not good. It's not good. I mean, either way you look at it, it's just not good. The hair sculpt is cool, I guess. And the face sculpt is good. I think it's the face scan that they really dropped the ball on here. And I think the scan, the problem with it is they made the eyes a little too big. And by a little too big, I mean way too big, because it does not look good, right? So I think it's passable, but considering they've done such a good job on other Becky Lynch sculpts and scans, I don't understand why this one turned out so bad, in my opinion. And when you compare it to this 4-pack, I mean, look, it is so much better. And like I said, this serious face sculpt and face scan has been used before, but it works, and I'm glad they used it for this one. So usually this part of the video is when I say, well, if you're going to pick one Becky, this is what you should go with. But in my opinion, Becky's one of those superstars that she deserves to have more than one just figure in your collection. So I think these three are really cool and really drastically different, but she's had so many figures released over the years. However, this very new Then Now Forever Elite, I think it's unbelievable. I think it's seriously a perfect figure. So I would really try to go out and get that 4-pack and maybe jump on eBay in a couple months when the price goes down on it. All right, articulation time. So as far as the head goes, the head actually has really good movement because this hairstyle, it allows her head to really move in all different directions. She has a shoulder on a ball joint, all different directions there. Upper arm swivel, double jointed elbows, maximum elbow flexion there. We have that upper torso swivel. Her wrist can swivel, also extend and flex. We have that waist swivel. Hippos on a ball joint can move in all different directions. She has an upper thigh swivel. Her knee pads move really well. Her knees move really well. The knee pads don't inhibit it too much. Very flexible rubber there. We have an upper boot swivel. And then the feet. Okay, unfortunately, the feet can planar flex and dorsiflex up. And I say unfortunately because it is like the basic style articulation as far as the feet go. And they tend to do that with the kick pad sculpt. So I wish she did have elite style articulation at that ankle. But it is what it is. It's not too bad. At least it makes it stable to stand up. But articulation's pretty darn good here. All right, so overall, I give Becky Lynch from the Then Now Forever 60th Anniversary Elite 4-pack Target exclusive an overall score of a perfect 10 out of 10. In my opinion, it doesn't get much better than this figure, and I think this figure is the front runner for the Women's Figure of the Year for 2023, and I don't see this one getting topped, and we still have plenty of a year to go. So this figure is amazing. I think it's tremendous, and I think it's flawless. And the fact that it's included in this 4-pack is definitely cool to have the female representation, but it is a little disappointing that that's the only way to get this figure. Now, the new part of my scoring system is I kind of tell you whether I think it's worth pre-ordering, worth waiting for it to hit the store shelves, if I think you should try to get it on secondary market, get it on sale. Now, this figure in particular, it's a tough recommendation here because I think this is a must-have figure. Like, you need this Becky Lynch in your collection if you're a wrestling figure collector. I mean, look at this figure. It is gorgeous. But the price right now in the secondary market, it's a little weird. So I'm going to give you a couple recommendations. My one recommendation would be hit up Target. Hit up Target day in, day out in the next couple weeks and see if you can find the 4-pack. I think the 4-pack is retail at $80, and that price alone is worth this figure. But if you don't want to spend that amount, then I would actually play the waiting game. I would wait a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months, because I think these 4-packs are going to pop up everywhere, and I think this figure on the secondary market is going to go down in price. I did get this one for a elevated price, I would say, but I would play the waiting game if you don't want to spend the $80 on the 4-pack itself, and maybe hit eBay up in a couple weeks, couple months, and see if you can get it cheap. But either way, you need this figure because it is a work of art. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. For a first look at all future women's wrestling figure reviews, make sure to hit subscribe and become an official resident of LJV today. Also, head on over to ringsidecollectibles.com and use coupon code LJV at checkout to save 10% on your next order of women's wrestling figures. Now stay tuned, there are some real exciting women's wrestling figure reviews coming out, such as Thunder Rosa from AEW Unmatched Series 7. Thanks for watching, and have a great night, y'all.